Hello, everybody. I hope y'all doing wonderful. I will start in like 2 minutes. Something's going on with my computer. I'm like, come on, baby, act right, act right for like, act right, but it's not acting right. Hi, thank you for joining. If you're a replay game, I will start in 2 minutes. Sometimes it goes over, so just want to give you a heads up. I don't like to jump into it straight away. So let's see. Let's see. Yeah, I was trying to play with it today, my StreamYard, but it's not working. It's not working at all, and I'm aggravated. So, I hope y'all had a wonderful Thanksgiving. I am. I had okay. It was okay. I did not want to travel late on a Saturday, but I did. And I am so thankful because I didn't get stuck in like the recent accident. Like, I had an accident on 95. And I'm like, thank God. So sometimes you gotta be thankful. You have to be thankful. Like, if there's like some type of delay or something like that, just be thankful. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with my freaking StreamYard. Is Hey Bella, it just pulled up, so it's 2 minutes already. Yes. Yo, but I suppose I said this on my 2 minute before my 2 minute. So I went to my kid's bathroom and I noticed that my son had a little bit more extra soap in his closet. You know, we have a closet where we have the towels and we have extra soap and stuff. And my daughter is like, Mom, I need more soap. So I'm like, okay, cool. So my son was like, well, do you need, what are you using your soap? And this boy said, oh, to make it stretch, I just put more water in it. Y'all, I was like, why? You have like soap here. And and because I was like asking him like, are you done with your body bar, right? Because this is what I typically make my children use. Hey toy, I make them use a Dial soap, my antibacterial Dial soap. So it's not the gold pack. It's I typically buy the white or the spring, something spring water. I think it's spring water. I typically I make them bathe with that when they come home from school, and I feel like they're not covering up the germs with their favorite, Dow. My son used Dow men's soap, and my daughter used, whatever fruity. So and that helps with my household to keep them like from getting sick. And if I make them bathe every night and use that one bar of soap, I'm fine. I feel like I accomplished something. So y'all, let's get into this thumbnail. So when I seen it, I was so disgusted with. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I was so disgusted with the whole Thanksgiving meal. Okay, I'm like, y'all, I'm gonna be picky. So you can be like, but it's about being Thanksgiving. Y'all, go ahead. I understand. But I'm gonna talk about this. Okay, baby, you spent $59 on a steak. Y'all catching with me. $59 for a steak, and this is what you display for Thanksgiving. You spend $100 on two steaks, and this is all you get. Okay, now this year I was at my mom's house for Thanksgiving, and we didn't start eating. My mom wanted to give a plate to one of her coworkers. So my mom dropped off the plate, and I said, well, she said, y'all can start eating. I said, no, we'll wait till you get home. And so we can mingle. Now, I just want to, Jazz, please explain to me, what did you mean you eat with the kids? Y'all sitting at the table. See, I did catch Chris brushing off Aiden. Aiden was talking to him. He said, okay, are y'all that consumed in yourselves that you can't take time out to have a, that's what Thanksgiving is about. It's about sharing memories and a meal and y'all gathering. But you so quick to rush them off to eat with your siblings. How dare you? How dare you really say that? And you was content with it, that you kept it on there. Eat with the kids. Like, I guess the kids wanted to say something. Eat with the kids. Excuse me? If it wasn't for those kids' PEBT, y'all wouldn't be having no two slaps of ribs, right? We'll get to the food in a minute, okay? And I'm sitting there, and one thing I noticed, Jazz, you didn't feed those kids breakfast. You didn't give them a little finger food. See, at my house for Thanksgiving, y'all, we have a little finger food spread. Before it was a charcuterie board, whatever that's called. We had little sandwiches, little carrots, little tomatoes, a little ranch dip, some chips and dip. We had that. So when the main course was ready, people could eat, but they won't be angry. The kids won't be so upset. And how I know that she didn't feed those kids all day is because Stinkerbug. How you forget Stinkerbug? You didn't feed that baby, so he just can't wait. He ain't having it. Girl, so that means that all those kids had to wait for food. Oh, baby. This Thanksgiving was not for the kids. It wasn't for the family. It was for the family of three. That meal was set up for a family of three. All right. So, I want to go to the meat part. This is what pissed me off, and it really did. Typical ribs, they have about 10 to, I'm going to just say 10. We're going to be safe and say 10. 10 pieces of rib on each slab of rib. And he had 2 slabs, so they had 20 pieces. The only amount of ribs y'all was going to share was 4. Y'all could have 5, but y'all wanted more. Y'all wanted more ribs. Because y'all only shared 4 of those ribs. And trust me, I saw Caitlin stuff that in one bite. Nobody should ever have to stuff a rib. And was Caitlin trying to go back for seconds? We'll get to that in a minute. Why does your man plate look like that and your kid's plate look like that? He poured that barbecue sauce. He poured that barbecue sauce like nobody else couldn't eat it. Like this is his. That's sad. He's that damn selfish, Jazz. You got a man that damn selfish. Those kids was looking at his plate and they said, Caitlin went back up and you want to know, she indulged in that drink. No, they didn't get to. Because I went back at that picture when they sat down and ate. Because typically, That food was not for them. You go back and look at those babies' plates. Those baby Jazz, you could throw a frozen pizza in there as well. You was gonna only give those kids a rib. And all I saw was the kids just the twins, and I did see a rib on Maya's plate, but the twins and Caitlin, man, they ate the membrane of that rib, and that's the piece that you don't eat. There was no what was that membrane from that rib on that rib. It was not. And that tells me a lot, Jazz. What is going on over there? Is that man micromanaging your fucking food? And I'm sorry. That looks like a man controlling what you put on your kids' plates. That's not a mom talking about, well, the kids, if they want more, they can get more. No, boo. Hey, love, I missed you. No, darling. That's a man controlling with an iron fist. That's what it is. And I seen it through that video. That's sick. And you don't think you think you're sitting up here lonely blues on actual Thanksgiving. I am going to Black Friday shopping. You lonely. And your kids are hungry. That rhymes. Lonely, hungry. That's sad. Girl, and those two people's bellies, that's where it went. It didn't go nowhere. I'm sitting here like, man, do I overfeed my kids nowadays? Like, because I know my kids, my infant food was a higher amount than that. Here goes King Legendary. He getting 2 meals. These kids getting a half a meal. Bitch, that's a half a meal. Legendary got 2 meals. Your kids got a half a meal. Not because you're such a great mom. See, y'all, there's somebody that said what took the cake was the half a pie. I understand. The half a pie. That kind of makes sense that y'all not a pie eating family. You have more desserts than you have veggies. You had meat, sausages, and it's still cooking. You had tamales. Only one kid had tamales, and that made it sense. Like, they don't want to eat it. They don't know what it is. But what's about fried chicken? You couldn't put like those little chicken wings? Oh, because Chris wanted more of the chicken wings than he wants to give to the kids. If he eats it, he has to cook it. He's going to eat it. Is that what you're telling me? And you got to feed your kids slop. You might as well. They would have been safer. Next year, somebody please drop out four Salvation Army meals to Jasmine's house. I at least know they'll get a decent meal. They don't have to look and smell somebody else's plate. But what disgusts me more about this is when she told the kids to eat with their siblings. Bella, I said tomato. The sausages and the ribs was it? I'm like, oh, we don't like traditional Thanksgiving. Girl, bag, save the pickle juice. Save it. Nobody never told you that you had to eat. Because be honest with you, we don't like for Christmas, we're not doing a double traditional meal. We just not. I actually asked my dad to, because we're having Christmas at my house, and I'm asking my dad to, barbecue some ribs, maybe some chicken, and I might even do like some stuffing, of course, mac and cheese and greens. But we're not doing a ham. We're not going to do a roast beef. We're not going to do none of that. We're just going to do a basic meal, you know. And when I'm having my Thanksgiving dinner on the 26th, so that's when my mom can come down. And, and I think for Christmas, I'm going to have finger food and just chill out with the kids until, Monday comes around. We open presents and we do Christmas on the 26th, basically. But I understand that. But make sure there's food that the kids will eat. And what is about that damn Dolly? I don't know if y'all saw my short when I said Bae made me this and the kids eat good. I don't know if y'all ever saw that short. But my plates to make fun of that was more than what those kids ate. Like, that plate probably been more than what Jazz put on those kids' plates and what I seen those kids eat. No, they was frozen. Those tamales was frozen, love. It gotta, but it's not even about what you cook. It's about what she had. It's more about just sharing the moment with your kids. If I never knew what Thanksgiving was and I saw her thing, I'll be like, oh hell no, I'm not doing Thanksgiving. If I was somebody out of country and seeing her Thanksgiving, I would want that. Because our first thing I was like, why does the kids' plates look like this? Are you micromanaging? And then she had the audacity to say, oh, the kids ate all day and Aiden is eating a roll. And I'm like, you know what? Throw that video away. Okay, that's well, my kids are picky, but that is a cute idea. I don't know if he's still with that white woman. I think she waiting for his Social Security to click in. He waiting for that Social Security click in. I think the whole family is slow. I ain't even gonna lie to you, Dalisha. I think the whole family is slow. But yeah, I'm done. But I did see something recently. I want to address this. Caitlin, a comment towards Hannah. So when Hannah was like, "What am I thankful?" She said, "For my bonus babies." And Caitlin has said, "Everybody says that, but that's nice." I'm gonna tell you, Hannah, run. Okay, run. Now I'm gonna tell you run for two reasons. Okay, Philip does this stuff to you constantly, but off the camera. I'm gonna just say this and the kids see it. He talks to you sideways off the camera and the kids sees it, and that's where your lack of respect is going to happen. Okay? I don't care what you think. Oh, we love each other. No, y'all don't. There's a lack of respect in your household, and it is exactly what it is. Okay? If that child don't respect you because she's watching your dad do it to you in public, yeah, run. But a second thing I want to say is Caitlin is probably showing you how she really feels. Now, Caitlin seen it once with Chris. Chris was, hey, that's my baby, that's my boo. But when they try to talk to him, he brushed him off like, okay. He gives them the cold shoulder. So she's expecting you to do that exact same thing. And what you're going to have to do is keep on buying their affection. You've been buying their affection from day one. That is a no-no. But again, you need to feel validated to be in this couple relationship with this man, and he don't respect you. Now, be honest with you, a man don't respect you with plopping up children in your household. I'm sorry to say this. This is not something I'm very. Let me go back down to something. I seen the dark side of these type of relationships. The girlfriend or the boyfriend comes in as the hero, and he takes good care of them, and he does this, he does that, and he's so outstanding than that other parent, right? We see this, and then slowly certain things start showing up, and we know what certain things can be: abuse of whatever nature it could be, neglect, whatever nature it could be, or just trying to win up or using emotional or a disadvantage. So one day those parents is going to come back or whatever, and those kids won't feel comfortable and connecting with that original parent. And we see that a lot. A lot of times parents use, oh, I've been better than your real mama, so look what I did for you and look what she didn't do for you. They like to use that. So Hannah, if that is your intention, run as well, because that's not a good thing. How would you feel if somebody did that to your natural child? But I seen it working with social works and case study, not case works and stuff like that, and child protective service. We see that type of abuse. We see that emotional strain they put on children, and children later on say, when they get older, they say they go have to, for some odd reason, that stepmother, that girlfriend abused them, and it was like the mom's like, why you didn't tell me? Because you probably wouldn't believe me, because I used to like everything that she bought me, and whatever she told me, she'd buy me stuff every time. She used to hit me upside the head, she'll buy me something. So I know you wasn't going to believe me because you allowed this to happen, so that's a psychological thing that I don't like, when girlfriends come in the picture and be the mom. I don't like that, because I've seen it too often that it has a bad turnover. Okay, Hannah, that is not your place to be a family with this man until he put a ring on it and you and him establish a healthier place for you and him, and he can bring his children. But right now, this man don't even seem like he freaking work. But that's you. That's who you like to lay down with. That's just how I feel. Now, Hannah, now just being honest with you, why are you debating? Now, I'm just off the topic. Why are you debating on a man to take out trash? Baffles me. He should be willing. If he's not working, he should be willing to take out the trash. That shouldn't be something you have to be like, I don't want to take out trash. He gives you an ultimatum in the house that you pay for. You got to sweep the floor, take out trash. Come on now. That's just me, okay? But I just personally feel like this is just me. Caitlyn she's seen that side, that nice side, that let me put this up front, let me see that, because she don't have any trust in you. That's another reason why you need to run. She don't have any trust in you. So what I seen on the video, she said, hey, can we go to the store? And you asked her what we need to go to the store for. No, we're going to the store later. Now she's trying to pick her battles with you. Let me go and let me see what I can get from her. She's already learned the ropes. Her mother is Jasmine. Her dad is Pimp Phil. Okay. She knows her ropes. She's not like, I'm not saying she's a bad kid, but she knows how to mooch off of people. She knows what to say. And she knows that right now you will buy her love. You need to leave. If it's not organic, you need to leave. Philip, I don't think, be honest with you, you don't have any curves. So I don't know. And I'm going to say what I want to say. I'm an adult and I can say this. He's not hitting it right because you ain't flourishing. You're flat. If you know what I mean, you know what I mean. He ain't hitting it right. So why are you with him and his 10 kids? Just to have somebody warm in your bed? Baby, get a blanket warmer and ball that bunch up as a body and you roll over with it at night. It will save you a lot of heartache, and It might up your rent, but you don't have to buy him some J's to make him look fresh. You don't have to buy him shots of drinks behind shots of drinks. You don't have to do none of that. You can just be you and your blanket. Better yet, you need it, get a mannequin. Jeffrey Dahmer had a mannequin, and you need him warm, you just put that warm blanket around him. Just keep it moving. Wants to get away from hips until she knew his her worth as a mother. She's blinded by her own selfish needs. Well, I'm gonna tell you something, and we're gonna talk about this as well. Mom Dukes. I see Mom Dukes drop a lot of subliminal messages on her Facebook. Okay. Yes, I snoop. Okay. But and one thing I seen was thou should honor mother and father. And I was like, Now, Mom Dukes is not being Mom Dukes, not being, you know, Nana, and she's not being that right now around this time of the year. Um, she's trying to make friends of her age group because one, I think Mom Dukes kind of had a struggle with making friends until she, her and Jack started letting her, promote him. Jack started making him promote him, and now, she's learning how to do a new way Hollywood, what I call it Harlem Shuffle, but y'all might call it the Chicago dance move or whatever. But and I'm sitting there, I'm like, man, so she's up here on FaceTime and she just looks so awkward, out of place. Like this is not her element. And I want to say this, Mom Dukes, it's nice to find new friends, but it's not okay to force something that you're not into. You didn't dance. You just showed us that lady dancing. I need to see you dance. I need to see you having a good time. So what, girl, if you dance more, your hips and your ankles probably can work yourself back together. But you sitting there barbecuing this food, and I'm like, man, did you sit and plate too, Jazz? Jazz, you didn't get a plate. And one thing I noticed that all these videos, Jazz did not like any of her mom's comments and any of her mom's not comments, but any of her mom's posts in her videos. I'm like, darn, her mom, not even the legendary happy birthday. Jazz did not even like it. And I'm like, oh my goodness. Now she might go back and change it, y'all. But when I saw it, and that was 2 days, Jazz did not even like it. That speaks a lot of volumes. Hey, hey, let me go over here. Well, you know what? Mom can smell. I felt like Mom Duke smelled Chris was a user when Jazz was trying to market him. And this was like a first video, and that was the last shopping haul I saw with her mom. And she was like, well, you know who started liking coffee? He really liked coffee, Mom. And she just rolled the cart. Moms know. Like we know. We have girls and we know what type of guy it is. We know Mom Dukes probably felt some type of way that this grown ass man was living in her house without anything. And all he had was lawn chairs and his PlayStation. I think I would have had him kicked out after I saw my grandbabies in the garage sitting on that cold concrete talking about, and then he said that was his original man cage. But no, That was a cage for those kids, so he can go back upstairs in that nice warm place without any kids screaming and yelling. That's how selfish this man is. Philip is selfish too. I'm sorry. No, no man ain't right. No man ain't right. They only got one bedroom apartment, and y'all, I'm sorry. I don't. Y'all, it can be very heartless, but it's right for me. I can't imagine my Saturdays or my Sundays. And I'm just saying, if my kids are at their granny's house, I'm not watching nobody's kids. You're not bringing your kids. I don't want you to bring your kids to our lunch date. I don't want to see a kid when we hanging out. If I'm coming over your house, I don't want to see a kid. And it is what it is. I want to let my hair down. I don't want to be nice. I don't want your kids touching my phone. I don't want none of that. But I know I don't even want you talking, and I don't want you talking while I'm watching my TV show. I don't want you asking me nothing. I don't want to see you smacking. I don't want to see crumbs. I don't want to see none of that. Okay, so when I'm solo, I don't understand why she likes that. It baffles me. What's wrong with her? Something must be wrong with her. Because if you're single and you work 9 to 5 and she look like she works, you want peace on your days off. You want peace. You don't want nothing extra. You'll do it, but you won't do it every weekend. I'm sorry. I'm not doing nothing extra. If that makes sense. I'm very selfish when it comes to me, but I know that I am a caring mother for my children. But when somebody else is, I know I'm not. I know I'm not. You can just I would ask my friend in a heartbeat, is your kids gonna be there? Oh, I probably won't be there. Sorry. Because there's something about my peace. I want to say my F-bomb sometimes, and I don't want, even though I know they might say F-bombs, I just don't want them to hear it come out of my mouth. I might want to take a shot. I don't want your kids to seeing my bad habits and think it's okay. Okay. Oh, Miss Moselle, she drinks. She drinks. No, I don't want that. But I don't know. I feel like something's mentally wrong with her. And I bet if y'all think Mom Dukes is looking at Hannah, no, I'm sorry. Mom Dukes is looking at Chris and shaking her head. I think Hannah's parents is looking at Chris, the Philip, and shaking their head as well. You know what? Mimi, I don't know if you're still here. You know what? I don't know anybody that likes that $1.25. It's $1.25 here at my Food Lion. I don't know anybody who likes a $1.25 meal, but good for you. I would not have gave that man, that little boy, that TV dinner. Okay, I would not have gave that little boy a TV dinner, and I wouldn't gave him that TV dinner. Uh, Nasty. I think I ain't gonna lie to you. If I had to eat a TV dinner, and I had to eat the worst TV dinner ever, I would definitely get Banquets, Salisbury, mashed potatoes, and corn. I would get that. But was it Banquets got those little kids cuisine? Yeah, she could gave him that. She could. Mine is $4. Those things are nasty. But y'all, I am so ready to see so many of y'all Vlogmas. Yeah, Stouffer's, but I would, yeah, Stouffer's don't hit the spot sometimes. They don't hit the spot. I'm sorry. Stouffer's don't hit the spot. I'm like, what in the world is this? Like, I'm gonna tell you something. Somebody used Stouffer's at our potluck at my job one time, and it was good. It was good because she jazzed it up and add extra cheese and put seasoning in it. So I try to eat the Stouffer's. So I'm like, okay, I didn't know. I thought the Stouffer's taste like that, okay? And baby, no, no. Jazz be killing me. She be buying. She buys um she she buys the Chinese food. Like, who eats that? I don't. Yes, they used to have this little brownie thing. It was so good. I remember I used to ask my mom for it. And my mom used to say, "Oh, that is expensive." Back in the day, the things I shake at my mama's head at, I'm like, what do you mean this is expensive? Now I see it. Like, my kids be like, "Oh, can you buy me noodles? Oh, they're expensive." And they're literally 49 cents. 49 cents at my dollars, not my dollar store, at my Food Lion. And I'm not used to that. Yeah, I'm not used to it. And I remember picking it up for $5 for $1. And now, and then I remember four for $1. But when I was in college, those bad boys was 10 for $1. And my mom used to say they were expensive. Oh my gosh, they're expensive. I'm like, what, 12 cents? That, I think it was probably like maybe 15 cents when I was in like middle school or something. I tell you, banquets was in my house when I was a kid. Okay, when there was any breaks from school and summer vacations, they was in my house. And me and my brother used to like the mashed potatoes. He didn't like the meat, so I would eat his meat, give him my mashed potatoes. So we didn't have to open another one because I didn't care for the mashed potatoes. And then my mom made rice or something. I would eat it. I would eat the banquets. But my son, I don't know if y'all saw my live last night. We made pork chops, and my son requested those banquet Salisbury patties, and I'm like, and y'all, when I was a kid, that used to be the cheapest thing. My parents used to put that in. They used to buy like maybe three for $5, and we'll have those on stock. But they're like literally $4. So I catch them. Well, I know my son likes them. I catch them for 2 for $5 now. But my our kids still eat. They still eat. You know what, Bella? I don't know if she's doing this for just to see if anybody gets aroused off of it, gets wet. I don't know if she does this to be funny, but the way that she fed her son on live makes me wonder, like, is your house always on E? Like, now my people might look at me and say, "Hey, you're feeding your kids bad," but I have it. I know what they like. I purchase what they like. Um, I believe in having fruit, and I believe in them they having a snack. I don't have a problem with that. But my problem is, why is your kids eating bare minimum? And that's even legendary. You know, goodness well, that little boy should not be eating pasta. Yeah, you know what, love? You could tell that hips came first. But they couldn't afford the charcoal for him to put that on the grill. He was probably hot about it. He was like, man, if I can't put this on the grill and cook it the way I want to, the kids only getting one, you know? And if you know that your man is greedy, like, just be honest. You know your man's greedy. You should pick up 3 slabs of ribs. And this is a video that you're going to see. People you're going to display. People already said you don't feed your kids enough. You could literally gave those 2 girls a slab of rib, a half a slab, and if they didn't want it, y'all seen how Caitlyn stuck. Y'all, when y'all seen how Caitlyn put that thing in her mouth, was when y'all seen that, I don't know if y'all seen it, but when I seen it, I was like, that's her call to, or she wants more. Y'all made this big old plate. He had about 19 pounds of rib, and he had like 15 tamales, and he had piles of macaroni and cheese. And one thing, I'm gonna get off of here. Jazz, you did not have a baby. You are not continues to have sex with a man that use a spoon like that. Now there's a first. He is using a spoon, and I wanted to talk about that. Ask your subscribers to buy you forks and knives and spoons, okay, for Christmas. Don't Okay, don't be walking around here and your grown man is eating food out of a spoon. But the first time I seen it, he 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 ate it with the spoon like Aiden eats his, with a fist. And I was like, you know what? Don't tell me you had a baby with this one. See, that's the reason why you need to do all your checks when you're dating, and anybody's single. When you're dating, you do certain steps. Do they wiggle their nose too much? Because that might be a tick or something. Okay. Do they have certain, wiggle moments? Check. If he don't have it, check it off. He does, leave it blank. Okay. How do he eat with his utensils? If he use it with a fist like an infant, or do he use it with his 2 fingers like they're resting on his thing? Okay. I've seen that. Okay. Ask him about government questions. If he says something off the wall that is not logic, leave that blank. You have to start checking off certain things. Just ask him about something simple as, if we are we going to ever go on a vacation? Like after you got pregnant with him, right? Because you didn't do your check off, and then you need to do a check off. And you say, hey, can we go on this place for our vacation? And he's like, what is that? He gets angry quick because he don't understand terminology. Leave that blank. There's some things that Jazz did not do with this man. Why do you have all these hats and no place to stay? You should check certain things off. But y'all, I am done talking about Jazz. And y'all, only thing I want to do is say a quiet prayer for Hannah that she leaves Philip alone and run fast. She's not an ugly girl, But what I'm saying with Philip is he's starting to pimp Hannah out like a dog, and not saying that he's working her. He's working to her to his advantage. She start editing. She start using the camera. She got to work that camera. Now that I'm like, at first, y'all remember that Vegas? He didn't want her to be seen at all. Y'all remember that? And she had said something. He was like, "Hey, baby, baby." Y'all remember that? Okay. Now Hannah is on the front face. All right. Because he knows that he can use his children to make money. Hold on, I didn't read this. Did you see her refrigerator? And you know what? Be honest with you. I okay. I didn't see anything. I did see something wrong, but I do know that refrigerators gets messy. So when I get food, I literally get enough food for, I might have milk, I might have I keep cheese in my house on deck. I keep cheese, so that's something I keep. Um my vegetables, very seldom I have a lot of vegetables. But I will say it did look bad because of her. We know who Jazz is, but if it's somebody else, I'll be more lenient. Like, okay, because I don't keep my refrigerator stock. Because one, my kids don't eat a lot of yogurts. Toy, go sit in a corner. You know, goodness well, this man don't have no two jobs. He only had to work to get the parole. I think he's off parole, but that's the only reason why. And that was that brace. After he gets doing, whatever, he's good. But I believe that Hannah needs to run because he don't respect her. And we can say all day long he had two jobs. He might have two jobs, but I know that he's not. I know she's putting up the most of it. Okay, she's putting it up. When his birthday came around, she sponsored that birthday. And he let her know, hey, we can spend this money somewhere else. Y'all, did y'all peep that? Okay. Okay. I know I'm not crazy, but when a man tells you, I look at you sideways when he tells you we can spend that money somewhere else that's coming out of my pocket. You know what? Chris is about to work from home now. I just feel like Philip is comfortable with being a bum. He's comfortable. He's comfortable with this. He is. He's very comfortable. And I don't know. And I feel like I know my worth. Um okay, you know what? Let's talk about that. She went half. Jasmine. Be honest with you, I went half on anything for my kids. You don't think I'm gonna see it through front to back? You think I'm gonna see it through? What you went half on, Jazz? There must have been something she went half on that made her feel glowful that she can't make it to set up her daughter's birthday. So what did she go half on? Because that didn't seem like half. Because y'all, I'm a hands-on mom. So Even if, there's times like my parents will purchase my kids gifts. And y'all, I'm going to see that my kids have the best. I know their parents, I might, but that's what I do. I make sure I give something. Mom, this is the best gift. Sometimes it could be, that little toy that they might think is not expensive, but they really want it. I might get it for them. And their grandparents give them that bike or that game console. I might try my best to make them happy. You don't think Jazz didn't want to see her mom there, setting up, putting up her little birthday badge and setting up her hair? You don't think so? Hannah did the whole birthday. And you know what? The funny part about it, Hannah, don't don't be surprised that Philip's siblings and mama over there laughing at you. Because you are very laughable. You're very laughable. I know if my cousin came home from jail and he had 10 kids and y'all have a 1 bedroom house and I'm going to just like let my kids just mess up your home. I'm going to make you do my girl's hair. You're very laughable, in my opinion. But y'all, I am not going to hold y'all long. Thank y'all for joining me today. I am trying to set up some content, y'all, some personal content. I don't know if I want to do vlogging. I'm scared of myself vlogging. I don't look like I imagine myself in real life. That's something weird. That you don't look like when you on camera, you don't look like you vision yourself. And I always say you can vision yourself some way in the mirror, but I don't look like the person I see in the mirror on camera. Um, so I don't know yet. But I'm also going to start some small thing on Christmas, 25 days event. So check that out. And hopefully that goes well. It's well for me. If it don't, it don't. Somebody else might can steal that idea. So y'all have a wonderful day, and I will catch y'all tomorrow. Bye.